Hey guys, we are here again with our YZ426F. This time around I'm gonna start with oil and filter change and go from there. I'm not sure how far I can make it in this episode, and I don't want the episode to be too long so you guys get bored, but I do want to show you in detail how to do an oil change on this thing. This thing has more oil drain plugs than I've ever seen on a single bike in my entire life. So enough with the chit chat, let's get on it. I warmed out the bike for about 5 minutes at idle. Now the engine is kind of warm, but that's how you need it for the oil to come out completely. First step in the oil change to do things properly is to remove the skid plate. So I'm gonna get, those are 12 millimeters and this is a 10. So I'm gonna get my 10 mil off and I'm gonna start with this 10 over here. Then I'm gonna switch over to my 12 and on this side, apparently they're all 12 millimeters. I'm assuming those bolts have been replaced at some point in time. So this bike has multiple oil drain plugs. One is down here at the bottom, one is up front on the frame, because somehow the frame is also an oil reservoir, and one is over here by the oil filter. Let's start with the bottom. And let's start draining. In my case, the bottom side is a 12 millimeter. Whoa. Apparently there is a magnet up top. There is a lot of fuzz. Let's clean it up. Okay, it's time to also remove the one over here on the frame. What I'm gonna do, just in case, because as I said, I'm not really sure what's going to happen. I'm gonna keep this right in front of it, just in case. I'll quickly cover it up. And as predicted, it squared it out a bit, but fortunately, this thing is catching it. Whoa, it's a lot of oil. The manual said that if you overhaul the engine, you need 1.8 quarts of oil. I'm starting to doubt that because there was way more oil that came out than 2 quarts. But let's keep going, let's see how it goes. It's now time to do the oil filter. So first we're gonna get this 5 millimeter Allen key over here. I'm not sure how much oil is gonna squirt out of here now. Okay, just a little bit, not bad. And let's now remove the 8 mil over here. We have this long one. We have this short one over here. So this is the inside of the cover. There is a big O-ring over here and a few more holes that have an O-ring right over there. So I'm gonna clean everything up, but before we do that, let's pull the filter out. It's a very little tiny filter. But there is another thing I want to do before everything else. It's remove this thing over here. So I'm gonna undo hose clamp over there, which for whatever reason it's on the inside. Let's slide it down. At this point I'm gonna undo this line over here and see if I can get the whole thing to come down. Yeah, guess what? More oil. This thing should slide out, kind of. Here we go. And let's pull it out so I can clean it up. I know that behind this thing, inside, there is a screen filter, so I'm gonna try to get that off. It turns out this is a 24. Okay then. And that's the mesh filter over here. Okay, I cleaned everything up, so it's time to go fishing into the bag of goodies over here and try to pull out the right O-rings and the right crush washer for the different pieces. Fresh crush washer. Let's put it on. I'm just gonna put everything in without torquing anything, and then once I have all the pieces in, I'm gonna start torquing stuff around. It fits like a glove, and let's put this back up in there. Next up is the frame drain plug over there. Okay. Oil of choice this time around, it's the Yamaha 2050. And I'm pulling it out because I'm going to replace a bunch of O-rings, and well, I need it to lubricate the O-rings. Then this thing is supposed to go in there like that. Let's get the oil filter cover over here, and let's add a fresh gasket to it as well. Now those O-rings over here look in great shape. I'm not sure if the previous owner actually replaced them already, because they're not squished, they're not cracked, they look in great shape, so I'm gonna leave them alone and save the one I bought for next time. The long one goes to the right hand side. The short one to the left hand side. The Allen key goes over here to the bottom side. So this is supposed to be 50 foot-pounds, so torque wrench, and let's torque it up to 50. Let's see. Okay, since we're here, let's torque this one to 14 foot-pound. And at the same time, the one on the bottom is 14 foot-pounds as well. At least those are the numbers I found on the manual. If you guys have different numbers, let me know. And last, let's do those. Those are supposed to be 7.5. Time to put this thing back on it. And this one as well is supposed to be 7.5. Last thing to tie up now is the hose clamp up front. So at this point it's time to clean up the area over here and then fill the bike back with fresh oil. So I'm gonna get on it. I'll catch you up in a minute. In theory, with a completely empty engine, it should take 1.8 quarts, but I don't know, there was a lot of oil coming out, so let's see. According to this thing, we're above level. What I'm gonna do is run it up for a little bit and make sure that the oil goes everywhere. And then I'm gonna check the level again. So I let it run for a while, at idle obviously, and I checked for leaks in all the important places, those places where I actually did something to it. and there are no oil leak whatsoever. The oil level is just fine. I'm gonna keep checking the oil level after a ride and make sure that it stays up. And the only thing left to do right now is to put back the skid plates, which is very easy. It's the reverse of what we did when we took them off. So I'm gonna put them on, catch up in a minute. We are done for today. The oil change took quite a bit. We changed the oil, we changed the filter. We replaced most of the crash washer, we replaced some of the O-rings. There are no leaks and the level is the way it's supposed to be. So at this point, we have fresh oil in the engine. We can move on to the next, which is gonna be the fuel system and a few other things here and there. But as always, for anything I used in this video, check the description down below. You're gonna find links for everything. If you like the video, like. If you love the video, subscribe. If you wanna see what else am I gonna do to this YZ, stay tuned. Till then, dirt on, and I'll see you next time.